Welcome.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Art Party Central.
Hi, everyone.
Ooh.
I had to give a couple of minutes for everyone to just come on and get comfortable before we officially begin. It's so nice to see everyone here. Thank you so much for coming and joining us tonight. Right. We love seeing your faces. So if you're willing, please turn on your cameras. It's just on the bottom of your screen. It works a little bit better on the computer. The chat feature works better on the computer. If you do see that, please join the chat and tell us where you are from. You will see during the evening, the chat feature will be used to show the artist websites during the presentation, and you can let us know what pieces you like or send questions. We will do our best to respond to all of these things. Do we have, oh, I see you putting where you're from in the chat. We have Albuquerque, we have Pasadena, California, and New Mexico, Manhattan, and Vermont.
Hi, Sam.
It's so great to see where everyone is from. I also want to go over a couple of technical things for the evening. If we have any major technical difficulty and we end the party abruptly, we will post the new link on the artparty.org website. So don't worry, we will have a fresh link for you and the party will continue on. Now that we have gotten all this technical stuff out of the way, let's have a quick cheers for being all together. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Happy Saturday.
Cheers.
Happy
Cheers.
Valentine's Day.
Happy Galentine's.
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 Does everyone know what Galentine's is? Well, we just learned this from a friend, and she's actually an Art Party co-founder, Carla Goodian from Carla Goodian Designs. And she has taught us all about Galentine's Day, which is where you celebrate your girlfriends and your female family members with a little something extra special. So that day is today. Happy Galentine's.
Happy Galentine's.
Okay, now that we've got
Saturday.
that out of the way, we're going to mute everybody. Don't be offended. It's just Zoom protocol. Oh, right. Well, I am so happy to see you all here today. I am Kathleen Tesnakis of Ekologic, and I'm thrilled to be your host today. My journey into the world of art and design began about 25 years ago when I created my company Ekologic. I am also one of the co-founders of Art Party Central, and I'm so happy to see you all here today. Being at these parties is a chance to meet new makers and find out more about the ones you already know and admire. I can't wait to introduce you to today's featured artist, but first I'd like to give a shout out to our co-host. I am so lucky to have my husband and business partner, Charlie Tesnakis, helping as co-host today. He'll be making sure to get the artist links posted in the chat, monitor your questions. You can find him as admin in the chat. If you need anything, please reach out. We will be also, our company, Ekologic, will be honoring your discount code on our website. So if you'd like to learn more about us, feel free to do that. Enough about us. It's time to get to the artist. Today, we're joined by 6 super talented artists. NPR from Meghan Patrice Riley Jewelry, Kathleen Lang from the Wearable Garden, Griffith Evans Wood Jewelry, Sarah Canner from Vespertine, New York City, Ayala from Ayala Naphtali Jewelry, Sam Stone from Swan&Stone Millinery. Let me tell you how this party's going to shake out. Each of the 6 artists will give a presentation. Then, if time allows, I'll ask them 1 or 2 questions that were previously submitted. At the end of the party, we will raffle off one $50 gift certificate for each artist's website. That is 6 chances to win just for hanging out with us today. So please stick around. You do have to be present to win. We will also give you a special discount code at the end of the party, which will be good for all 6 artists' websites, as well as the host and the co-host's website. At the end of the party, we'll open up for chatting, and we will invite you to unmute yourself and mingle. You're not obligated to stay for the after party, but if you want to have some of those extra questions answered and just hang out with us in a more casual atmosphere, please feel free to stay. Okay, let's get on to the fun stuff. Our first artist today is Meghan Patrice Riley. Meghan, take it away.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Kathleen. And thank you to everybody for being here. It's always a pleasure to be here. Happy Saturday night, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day, new for me also, but I'm here for more friendship and a celebration of that as well. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I do. I'm a contemporary art jeweler. So I make, what that means is I love jewelry. I love traditional jewelry making techniques like goldsmithing and silversmithing and diamonds and gemstones. But I like to play with that and make stuff that's a little bit more funky and contemporary. So I like to bring in, the way I do that is to bring in more industrial materials. I am really inspired by the world around me. I'm a city kid and I love living in a city. And I love, I've only lived in cities with bridges, San Francisco and New York. And all the suspension bridges have this steel cable that is really, really strong. It's all woven and they make it in these huge, you'll see it as you drive or on a bridge, you'll see these huge lines. If you look closely, it's made up of smaller and smaller lines. So it's like a fractal. And I think that's really cool. I brought actually a piece that I made from that same idea of that cable, but super bigger even. And then a really fun neon coating. I feel like this, you've seen maybe this material before, really similar to how a bike lock is made. And what happens when you start fabricating from this, it makes it really, really strong and light. I know I brought some color. This was a fun piece. We did this for Teen Vogue years ago. We did a whole like really fun neon shoot. And I had some of these left and I thought that was a really cool way to see in a macro form what I'm doing in micro. And this is even micro compared to a suspension bridge. These are large crimps that I swage together. What that means is I hammer things together, hammer this end perfectly into this end, side by side parallel, and start making looping one wire back and forth on itself to make a perfect piece. And I use that concept in all my work. So I've translated that into this more fine experience. So I brought some new things because we've been really creative in the studio. So I brought some of the new rings because I finally put them up on the website. There's a whole spread. You can see the little mini connections here that are done in sterling silver and argentium sterling silver. So what that is, it's more tarnish resistant. And it's a miniature version of that cable and then freshwater pearls. So everything I'm blending is adding this really luxurious element. So natural gemstones, freshwater pearls, sterling silver, 14 karat gold filled. This is some of the new rings. This is sterling silver, kind of like a stacking ring. And it has these ridges, which are similar to plumbing chain, which I use a lot in some of my work that's more, a little bit heavier, more editorial and one of a kind. So I like reflecting that aesthetically in both collections. They also help me kind of weave and create a structure from where I can like start expanding. And these are also super squishable. These I just had a bunch of meetings about these with, I work with a lot of museums and they were very well received. And the feedback I got was they really did feel like orbits or constellations and stars. And I love that. It's like atomic a bit. And it's again, that same idea. This is one piece of cable that I've woven back and forth on itself into a structure. So everything I do is mathematically figured out. This is one piece woven and worked. So there's continuity within the structure. This is another one I did that's a little bit more like a fleur, like a flower. And bringing in some like white pearls, darker peacock pearls. So this one felt very balanced. I think about bringing in gemstones in I guess, holistic way. I don't know if that's the right word, but this is how I feel. There's the sterling bits floating in there. There's the pearls floating in there. There's nothing that's overpowering anything else. They all work together. It's really fun. And I did make tons of new ones. Well, I'm like going on these. I made tons of new ones and kind of started weaving structures, getting more crazy. They're really fun to stack, like building up two together so you can kind of get bigger, more petites, more dark pearls, getting some yellow gold in there, getting some like contrast with the peacock pearl. So playing with color a bit. This is citrine, so yellow. This is like the sun. We need some of this right now in our lives. So I'm thinking yummy, warm colors and a little tropical would be really what the doctor ordered right now. Am I missing any questions, Kathleen?
Yes, actually, there was one that I was thinking of, and that was, what are you looking forward to as the temperatures get warmer? I kind of have a feeling that some colors might be coming.
Yes, you know, two things I think are great. Well, I've been designing a ton right now, but color and big earrings, because okay, what's great is I've been talking to a lot of designers, and obviously I love jewelry too. A lot of people have been designing mask earrings, so things that are smaller that they can wear with masks. I keep designing bigger and bigger earrings that are good for Zoom. But I think as the temperatures get warmer, we'll be able to wear some of these more outside, because we'll be able to be outside more in freer spaces with more vaccinated people. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. These are some new rainbow pearls. I just finished a batch of these. They feel like paintings.
This color seems really new. I mean, you're always doing new things. It's hard to keep up with your level of creativity.
It's been good time. Yes. And another kind of like, I'm doing a lot of shorter necklaces. I actually brought this, which is like a really conceptual piece. I put some new one-of-a-kinds up that I've been playing with, but I'm thinking a lot about shorter necklaces and bringing color in that way. So this is like a nice 18-inch with those rainbow pearls again.
So pretty. So pretty.
Thank you.
How about showing us some of those new fun earrings you have?
Okay. I brought some other ones earlier, but I have these really nice new big ones. These I've been working on for a while. And I know Carla has one iteration that's more circular. Today I brought more. I'm moving towards bringing in some new forms, which are more tear shaped and feather shaped. So these are super long, but extremely lightweight. I did a whole ombre pattern, and I know these aren't for everyone. This is too much for everybody, but this is for me. And then I did think about other people. So this is a nice iteration of that same element, and you get a beautiful, look at that movement.
It's beautiful.
I'm really happy with this new kind of like small tears, it's called.
Yeah, it's so elegant and just absolutely lovely. I want to thank you for all the things you've shown us, Megan. It's just beautiful. And we will have time at the after party to see more, because I
thank you.
So many things in the back that I'd like you to show. So I'm going to bring it to our next artist. Thank you so much. Our next artist tonight is Kathleen Lang of the Wearable Garden. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Lang. As Kathleen said, the Wearable Garden. So why the Wearable Garden? The Wearable Garden is a brand that I came up with based on my sustainable silk scarf line. I'm a printmaker. This might be a little bit washed out. Let me get rid of this light. The sun changed. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. So my silk scarves are fully sustainable. What does that mean? What that means is that my designs, and I'm going to show you a little quick demo. This is a scarf that I just created. And see these plant material? This plant material was laid out on this scarf, and then I forced the dye from this plant material to leave its own imprint into the fabric. I'm not sure, can you see that pretty well? I'm gonna roll this back so
yes,
you can.
It's beautiful, we can see it really well.
Okay, great. So you get the idea that, that I'm actually using the plant material as the design element and the actual dye product. So on this scarf, you see this shape of an S? That is actually a piece of metal, and right next to it is a leaf print, and that is from eucalyptus.
Okay, go ahead. I was watching something on.
So also, so what we've done over the years is realize that we just can't make a bunch of monotypes and figure that people are going to enjoy all the same kind of earth tones. So I've worked really hard to create different specific lines. So this is called Citrine Shimmer. It is the silk scarf wrap. You can wear it as a wrap, you can wear it as a scarf. It really, this is 100% eucalyptus. That's it. The one I just showed you is a whole collection of tree leaves and black beans and flower blossoms and found metal. I have several different sizes. I'm really excited about the newest ones that we've come up with. This one is a this is a silk wool blend scarf. You see those scissors? That's the oxidation from actual scissors from like children's, and it's juxtaposed against the salmon pink from eucalyptus. And the colors, this thing goes with denim. You can wear it with your jacket, anything you'd like. Some of the other lines that I've really worked hard to come up with. This one is for those of you who really love your earth tones. This scarf, all those colors, only eucalyptus. Can you believe that that beautiful olive green is from red onion skins? So what we've done is we've broken out these plant materials and we've really studied how do we create desirable fashion accessories from a fully sustainable process. I have several different sizes. This is the largest, which is a wrap. I have, this would be the narrowest size, which is 8" by 72. And it can also dress up just about anything. I have, so I think this is really interesting. This one, you see the color in it, it's much more vibrant. This was a chemistry experiment where I used the water in Florida with the same eucalyptus that I used with well water in Pennsylvania. So it's really an experiment the entire time. What I want to tell people is that they're easier to pick out during a Zoom meeting. So you just contact me through my website and I'll do a personal Zoom meeting with you. The last person on the party, not today, but the last one that I did right before the holidays came and we had a blast. So please do that. What makes them sustainable? So the sustainability comes from the fact that I truly do not use chemicals. I do not pollute the water. All my botanicals go right back into the earth in the form of compost. And then they'll, hopefully this year, I'll plant a garden and I'll grow my own botanicals and vegetables, and I'll use that in my process.
Kathleen, can you show us some of the ones that you've done with black bean? I happen to love the black bean.
Absolutely. I have actually, I put a couple aside. This one, can you see that gorgeous blue?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And then my other favorite is this one. And I think there's something really strong. There's one I want to show you that's got this really, okay, so this one has oxidized metal. And let's see.
I love seeing the words hope in that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I know. Well, this year was that year, right?
Yes, it is.
So this is black bean.
Oh, that is just so gorgeous. I love the texture. Can you tell me, will these dyes like fade?
No, so all textiles are pre-treated with what's called a mordant. So in my process, I use a hand-woven silk from Vietnam, this little shop in Vietnam that creates the scarves to my specifications. When I get them, they're all blank. I pre-treat them in a mordant, which is alum or soy milk or something like that, which is very traditional in textile dyeing. Every garment is pre-treated for color stability. And then I go ahead and I use my process. So instead of making a dye bath like a lot of people who would dye wool would do, I go directly to the plant and I use it because I'm a printmaker. So for me, I'm making monotype prints on a textile that
Really incredible.
that
We
actually
have
ends up to
a
be
minute left. I was wondering if maybe you could try that one on for us so we see what the large size.
the largest. Okay.
I mean, that one is that doesn't matter.
This is actually the medium. This one said hope. And I want you to see how I wear it. I mean, there's so many ways that I wear it. This is one quick way. I have demos on my website on how to wear your scarf and the process. There's a process video, but this one also, it's a pretty decent sized scarf. Like I could actually wear it over my shoulders as well.
It looks great. I want to thank
I could wear it as a belt. If I had hair, I could wear it over my hair.
Well, thank you so much for your presentation. Your work is absolutely lovely. I am going to go on to the next artist, but we can come back to you at the after party. So if people have questions, just pop them in the chat.
Thank you.
And welcome. Our next artist is Griffith. Take it away, Griffith.
Hi, everyone. Happy Saturday. My name is Griffith, and I create jewelry from trees decimated by drought. I live in New Mexico, which is the most water-stressed state in the country, and I get a lot of my raw materials from friends who are removing dying trees from their properties. My work is inspired by early African jewelry that was crafted from ivory, bone, and wood. And I've always enjoyed the gentle curves and the tactile quality of those natural materials. Today, I'm excited to share some special statement pieces as well as a selection of items from my daily wear collection. So let's get into it. I'll give you an overview of this table back here, and then we'll look at some individual pieces in greater detail. These are some signature pieces. The coil structures remind me of springs. I had a slinky toy when I was a kid, and I've rebuilt a lot of coil spring automotive suspensions. This is a stretchable piece, which fits right over the wrist. I build these cuffs in 5 sizes. These are more production items. With all these different wood tones, anyone can find something that works well with their coloring. There's some pendant necklaces up here on the wall, and as you can see, that they're available in a variety of options as well. I have Christine in the studio today, and she's wearing one of the pendant necklaces in sycamore wood with a black bead. I steam the wood and bend it to create that curve. It's an 18-inch neck wire, no clasp, just slips over the head. Very easy to wear, practically weightless. Next, we'll look at the cornucopia cornucopia necklace. Rubber neck wire, magnetic clasp. I hand roll these beads with porcelain clay, and they're glazed and fired in a kiln. And the last necklace we'll look at is a prototype that I've been working on. Lately, I've been thinking about intersecting circles and the new shapes created by those intersections. I also make earrings. I call this one the swoop earring. And on the other side, she's wearing a hoop. I'm going to swivel this camera down and show you a few other earring options. This is a platelet earring. It's an inch tall. And again, it's steam bent wood. I have a few different samples here, different bead and wood combinations. And then finally, these are some more hoop earrings. Okay, well, let's try on some bracelets and then we'll open it up for questions. I'm interested in underlying structures, and I think about support systems like 2x4 stud wall framing and typographic grids, bicycle frames, and rib cages. And these ideas have influenced my design process for this bracelet collection. These are called banglets. They're approximately 1/4 inch wide. They just make a really lovely sound as they shake together. This is the pea pod cuff. This is apricot wood from my neighbor's orchard, and it's accented with check glass beads.
Griffith, I have to say, I just love your pieces. I'm like in love with your earrings, and I know
Oh,
that
thanks.
you're welcome. They're really just the shape and how you bend the wood is so inspiring. But I know that there's a story about how you get the wood, and there's also a question about how you get the color of the wood. So if you don't mind answering those two, one, like where this wood comes from, and
Right. Yeah, actually, like I was saying, my neighbor has an orchard, and so a lot of his trees are declining due to prolonged drought. And so he's generously allowed me to harvest a lot of things there, and that's where I get the fruit and the nut woods. And then, I've also gotten some wood from people's front yards. They're just removing trees. So, I mean, the vast majority of my wood is coming from right in my local area. I have a friend with a bowl turning business who gives me a few offcuts now and then. So that's pretty much the story. And then as far as the color goes, what you're seeing is just the natural color and variation of each wood. I don't manipulate that. And that's one of the interesting things about the fruit woods, especially when they're air dried, as opposed to being kiln dried. The colors are often much more vibrant.
I mean, you certainly have amazing colors. It's kind of cool to know that they're not dyed, that it's natural. So you also have many pieces that spin. Is there a story or inspiration behind that?
Well, there is, yeah. My mom has a silver ring with a spherical green stone in the setting, and it spins around. And I remember as a kid, I was holding her hand and playing with this ring and spinning a little stone around. And, that's just one of those things lodged deep in my psyche. And I didn't consciously plan it, but now I realize that a lot of my pieces do have this spinning stone theme or bead. So yeah, it's just fascinating how things kind of percolate in the mind and come up later.
Yes, how our life's journey ends up in our work, and it's really elegant. It's it's poetry in a sense, your life, and then it comes out in the work. It's really wonderful. Thank you so much. Oh, and I do want to say, do you make things for men?
I do, yes. I think men particularly seem to like the cuffs without beads. I'm wearing what's called a full cuff. This is about 1 inch wide. And then I also have some narrower pieces. This is the half cuff. And yeah, I mean, all my pieces are, you know, I don't make them specifically for any particular group, but men tend to gravitate toward these non-beaded cuffs.
Well, thank you so much for showing us your work and telling your stories, Griffith. There will be more time at the after party. Thank you so much. And we're going to move on to our next artist, which is Sarah Canner of Vespertine, New York.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for being here tonight. My name is Sarah Canner, and I make reflective fashion in New York City. What is reflective fashion? Well, it's clothing and accessories that all have reflective material in it. You can see right now that I'm reflecting my earrings, my scarf. Now, if I turn this off, this is how it normally looks. The reflective elements are incorporated into the design. So I think about how it will look at night, how it will look reflecting, not reflecting. It's meant to be worn, you know, anytime really, but it has sort of a superpower built into it, is how I like to think of it, which can save your life. If you are walking or riding a bike or somehow crossing a street and a car comes with their headlights on, they will see you. Also fun if you're at a party and somebody takes a flash photo and you're wearing these little earrings, boom, they'll really shine. So there are a lot of reasons people would like to wear reflective fashion, in my opinion. Anyway, I want to show you this scarf. This is part of a mohair collection that I'm really excited about right now. I like combining the sort of luxury material of mohair. It's in my vest also. It has really deep pockets and these little reflective patches here. I like combining the luxury material with the reflective because safety wear traditionally is a commodity and thought of as the opposite of fashion, I would say. So when I started this, it was sort of an experiment, like, can you have safety fashion? Is that even possible? I was in film before and somehow I've now been doing this for a while, but it was almost an experiment and it's been a lot of fun. I also think about sustainability a lot because I started and got the idea when I became a transportation cyclist. I was living in Paris and started to use my bike to get around. So that's where I got the first, the idea to do this, to make clothing and accessories that are stylish and have safety function. These are part of an upcycled collection that I have a few pieces left of, where we took cuttings from the mohair collection. You can see this pink vest, and I had the scarf in pink. I think I sold out, but I have it in this beautiful checkered pink. Anyway, I had cuttings instead of throwing it away, which is usually what happens in fashion. We made other things out of them, so you can sort of see this as pieced together, but it's amazing, super cozy and warm. I was sitting there wearing that scarf getting very warm actually just now. And we also made some bags out of the cuttings, upcycled bags. My sort of core style is this Vespertine vest, which is a cute safety vest. And it comes in 5 sizes and 5 colors. It's really flattering when you wear it. You can see it here on the mannequin, but it's flattering for all sizes, not just sort of tiny mannequins like that. And it has these large armholes, so you can wear it in the winter over a big coat, but it's also really lightweight in the summer, and it packs into its own little pouch like this. And this fabric, the color is 100% recycled polyester, so I'm bringing that sustainability element in there as well. And I have some other fun accessories like this reflective clip pin. It has a clip and a pin on the back, so you can, you know, wear it in your hair or pin it on your clothing or on a bag.
Really, really fun designs that you have, Sarah. Can you show us the coat with the reflective window panes?
Oh, yes. Let me put my little reflective light back on. This is a
Ooh.
new style. I'm going to do some pre-sales on my website. I hope to have it on the next couple of months to, actually ship. But this is a water-resistant coat with the reflective actually woven into this fabric, and then there's also reflective trim on it. It has this hood which you can also roll up and pack away. Just a fun sort of flair.
Like a surprise. It's like really fashionable. I mean, you've mixed fashion with functionality in such a unique way. How does this reflective material work? And like, why should I wear one if I don't bike?
Yeah, good question. The material works. It actually has tiny particles of glass beads on the surface. Now it's reflecting, so you can really see it. But
Wow.
So it's creating sort of the glass beads reflect the light back at the source, like a mirror, basically. And it's great to wear for all kinds of reasons, especially anybody in a place where they walk around, could be in an urban area or not an urban area, and you're crossing the street, just to have that reflective. I started driving more since having started the brand when I was really only biking, and I realized at night I don't see pedestrians at all when they're walking around. So I've had a few incidents where somebody had like reflective on their sneaker, and I was like, oh, thank goodness I would have hit that person. But
I can see that so many people can benefit from this. There was a really interesting thing in the chat. Someone said, "Oh, can they put that flower on their dog's collar?" I mean, what a good idea!
Yeah, you can. I mean, it might not stay on that. I don't know what kind of collar it is, but I have a smaller one. I have some other little reflective. They do sell a number of reflective things for dogs that might be a little more durable for dogs.
You can put it anywhere and it would work, but your jackets and everything else is they're just amazing. Is there one more item that you'd like to show?
Yeah, I'd like to show these shorts. Actually, this is a new item I'm really excited about. I haven't done short. These are fun. The mannequin is wearing them too, but so they have like this fun little waistband that's reflective, and then these reflective stripes. So the really exciting thing about it is that it's a rainbow sparkle reflective. This is also on the puller, the zipper puller of these purses that I have as well. So
well, thank you so much. Your work is really, really fun. And we'll have, again, questions. If anyone has extra questions, pop them in the chat. We'll pick them up later. And now we're going to go on to our next artist. Thank you so much, Sarah. Our next artist is Ayala Naphtali jewelry made out of coconuts. Take it away, Ayala.
Hi, thank you, Kathleen, and thank you everyone for coming. Ayala Naphtali, I'm coming to you from New York City, where I was born and raised. And a lot of those influences from New York probably will show up in some of my work, but more, I think, being exposed to a lot of art and museums my whole life. And a lot of people ask me about my influences. And I think the number one thing that comes up is mid-century and just growing up near Lincoln Center and going to a lot of dance performances. I'm not sure. My main material is coconut shell, which is what is in this bracelet here. And so all the pieces are set in sterling silver. I'm a metalsmith, and I choose to use alternative materials with my work. I do use stones, but predominantly the color that you're seeing is all made from coconut shell, which is bleached and dyed. And this is the natural piece. So if you were to cut a circle out of this, and they do get bigger than that. And then, so there's always a little bit of a curve that I have to work with, and I have a lot of tools to help me out with that. The texture is what I'm fascinated with the coconut shell. And you can see on the pieces that they're all kind of different. And over the last couple of years, I started burning the surface of the coconut shells as well. So you can see there's even more painterly surface to the coconut shell with the burns. It wasn't until a few years ago that someone asked me why I wasn't using the brown coconut shell, which is the most obvious. And so I found that when I paired it with the gold for May, that it really brought out the richness of the brown. And so I'm really into the brown now. And I think that it's like it's a dressy way to wear the coconut shell without being too fancy, but bringing the contrast of the two materials together, I think is what I really like. This piece, I think, really reflects the contrast between the stones and the coconut shell. So these are iolite, and I picked specifically ones that have sort of a facet to them so that it really contrasts with the matte material of the coconut shell. The other reason that I really, really like the coconut shell is that it's incredibly lightweight. So this is a pair, these are clip-ons, which I do make. And this style is a lot of fun because you can wear two different opposite colors and sometimes people don't notice. And that's something that you can mix and match, and they come in a couple different sizes. I'm also known for my more sculptural work. And so if you look on my website, you'll see that there are a lot of brooches and more elaborate pieces. So there's a whole line of very fun and lightweight earrings, and I'm all about big lightweight earrings, but I also get kind of serious sometimes, and I make pieces that are very involved and using more of my metalsmithing skills. This is a piece that I made during the pandemic. It took a very long time to resolve, and I'm pretty happy with the way it came out in the end, but it's really representative of all the things that were happening around the world, and that everybody in a different place was experiencing a lot of similar things. So this all came together with all my materials and all my thoughts, and it really just it was cathartic. And so this is coconut shell. There's some gold in here. This is a semi-precious stone. This is a seashell from Tel Aviv where my family is, and I couldn't see them. And I think that sometimes my pieces take a very, very long time to resolve, but they could sit in the studio for months, and then all of a sudden it all gels and I know what I'm going to make. This is another piece that came to final fruition during this months of pandemic time. This is coconut shell. This is amethyst, pearls, gold. And this is representative of a lot of doors that I see walking around. I grew up in an urban environment, and so I spend a lot of time walking through the city. And when I travel, I'm always taking pictures of doors. I want to show you a little bit more of the coconut shell earrings that are my most popular ones. So these, if you look on my website, you would see these right on the home page, and they weigh absolutely nothing. They're featherweight, and they come in a couple different sizes. I have a lot of customers who own a couple different sizes because they're so happy with that weight. And then another earring that you'll see, any customer of mine who's known me for a while definitely has a pair of these or many pairs. And this earring, you can change the color. So you can have a lot of different options. It also comes in a larger size. The small size is more popular, but if you have a lot of hair and you need something to pop a little bit more. And then I'm going to talk about the earrings that I'm wearing. This is a style that is like a chandelier, and it's got a lot of movement in all different directions. So it's never going to get stuck. It was engineered in a way that it moves in this direction. It moves in every possible direction. So it never gets in the way when you're talking on the phone or.
Ayala, I was wondering, what do you like most about making the earrings specifically?
I like the challenge. I think that for the different types of jewelry, if you were to make brooches, that's, I think, the least challenging because it's just it can sit there. It's pretty much could be a sculpture on a wall. It doesn't have to function. Bracelets require a lot of functionality, and earrings require a lot of functionality. You have to worry about the weight You have to worry about them getting caught on things. You have to worry about the way they move. And I absolutely love the challenge. I love making things work. It's just incredibly satisfying to work out all the problems. And I think I constantly create problems in order to solve them. And maybe it's just a way of, there's a lot of problems in your life that you can't solve. But if you learn how to do your craft and get somewhat prolific at it, then you can create problems and solve them and then feel very good about yourself in the end.
I love that response. That is so awesome. And can you tell me a little bit about like why you choose the coconut and the specific gems and things that you use?
Well, I think it started when I was in school for jewelry. I went to SUNY New Paltz for a metalsmithing program in the 80s, and silver was $80 an ounce. And so we had to use other materials. I mean, we had to learn, and we also, our professor, Bob Ebbendorf, who was amazing, always steered us in that direction. And I started using aluminum, and I used wood. I think I did stained wood before I came to the coconut shell. These are actually seed pods from a palm tree that are dyed. That's why this earring can be so big and it's not weighing me down. Now, granted, this is and I will always push something to the biggest possible one, and that'll be my pair. Just like I think NPR does the same thing. It's like, I'm gonna make one that's like down to the floor, and that'll be mine. And then you can have one that's like to your waist, and we'll be good. This is another material which is also in my necklace. And this is just one last material that I want to talk about. This is a seed pod from a banana tree, actually like from the Philippines. And I'm taking like a cross-section slice. And it's also incredibly lightweight, and it takes the dyes.
Well, your work is like phenomenal, and I wish we had more time because we want to see your necklaces and hear some stories behind that, but we can do that at the after party. So we'll look forward to seeing that again. Thank you so much, Ayala. And our next artist this evening is going to be Sam Stone of Swan&Stone Millinery. Take it away, Sam.
Hi, thanks, Kathleen. Hi, everybody, and happy Galentine's Day. I know we've been sort of playing that up, but when something's new to you, it's sort of exciting. I am actually wearing my NPR necklace that I was given for Valentine's Day from my Valentine, but made by my Galentine, so I sort of love that. I am Sam Stone of Swan&Stone Millinery, and my partner Nora and I have been making hats together now for over 10 years up here in Vermont. It is super cold right now, and in fact, I'm in my studio, and even in here, it's kind of chilly. We make, most of our hats are wool hats. We started out actually making hats from the wool from my sheep, and then we've expanded from there. We make a lot of our felts, what I actually wanted to talk about today is sort of our soft and cozy, warm and squishy line of loom felted hats. And so we make many different styles of these hats, but first I just want to explain, we have a machine called a felt loom, and it's 900 needles across. It's 5 feet wide. So basically the fabric that I'm making and the fabric that I work with is going to be in that range. So actually about 5 feet wide. From that we cut and sew this line of hats. So what we start with is sometimes we're working with 2 layers of fiber. That's how we sort of started out. We buy, all of our wool is grown here in the US, and then we dye it in a little dye house in Philadelphia. And then it's actually carded here in our town because we have a fiber mill. And so when we first started making this line of hats, I was layering 2 layers of merino wool, so straight up fiber. And so I was always doing 2 different colors. You can see inside here is this sort of raspberry color. On the outside is a deeper burgundy, and the effect is kind of a richer sort of wine color. This one's called the cloche. This is a classic cloche, as you can tell. But we've also started working with some fabrics. We always natural fabrics, so wool fabrics, sometimes cotton flannel, and felting merino wool into the fabric. So I have some swatches here because what we do is we sort of find a fabric that we like. This is a very sort of, you could see, coarsely woven wool fabric. And we've felted different colors into the same fabric to sort of decide what did we want to do. So this is this bright lemon yellow, but the effect is, quite different, obviously. It's a little bit earthy. Again, this one's, this green on the other side, raspberry. So that we have just a huge pile of swatches where we're sort of choosing what colors for which designs of hats. So like I was saying, this is a cloche. This is wool felt on wool felt. And then this one is actually, Sarah from Vespertine was talking about her mohair. This is mohair with wool on the inside. The other thing I wanted to make sure I pointed out is just to show you the thickness. So it's not terribly thick, but it has this body so that it really sort of holds up to, a hat weight, so that it's keeping its form on your head. So this is a kepi. This is sort of a 1960s style cap. We have these in a bunch of different colors. And you can pull the belt to tighten it a little bit. This is the hat that I sort of wear all the time. My partner, Nora, who is not here right now, she often wears the cloche, which is what I showed you. This is sort of our classic cloche. It does come down over the ears, so that's a bonus in Vermont and probably a lot of the places where you guys are. But it was negative temps recently. And then, I showed you our mod cap. Here's another same shape as the first one I had on, different color, so it's a very different look, and each of these has a drawstring in it. So like I was saying, they're soft and squishy, they mold to your head, but you can tighten the drawstring so that it really does fit almost everyone. And because it's this wool felt, there's a lot of give to it. But really, as your head is heating up, it's making your hat more and more your hat because it's sort of molding to your head. It's the way we block our hats anyways. We steam them and put them on a wooden head. Do I have time to show a couple of the men's, or am I running out of time?
Yeah, no, go ahead and show a couple of the men's.
You know how I sometimes talk a little.
No, you're just right.
So here is our flat cap, very classic men's cap. But this is a men's suiting. So it's wool, but it's a very fine men's suiting. So it's very floppy fabric. But with the merino wool felted into it, it's got a lot more body to it, and you can wear it backwards. A little different.
So cute.
But we also have the one that I wanted to show also is our hunter cap, which lately we've been calling the boyfriend cap because it happens to be what my boyfriend wears all the time. So it's got a little visor, and again, men's suiting, but this was a very neutral color, but we put this like bright blue, it's like this midnight, but with a cobalt feel to it, blue on the inside. And so you can see how that really comes through. And so it allows us to create these really interesting colors, really rich feel, like you can sort of feel the texture just by looking at it, which is something that we love.
Just gorgeous, Sam.
Yeah,
now, if I'm wanting a hat, what is the best way to do this virtually?
Well, thankfully we have all these ways now, right? So we do a lot of Zoom and FaceTime, whatever you're comfortable with. This is actually our setting right here. And so people can email us right from our site and just say, actually I had an email just before, these parties, just asking about like, how do I know the fit? How do I know the sizing? And so we can speak, we can visually speak with each other instead of just on the phone. And so Nora and I are very good at helping you find the right hat. We've been doing this a long time. We've seen a lot of different heads.
You can see my face shape and know immediately, right?
Sometimes we know immediately. Sometimes Paula's saying do a Zoom. It is fun. It's super fun. It's like a lot of us are saying how much we miss, seeing our customers, because that connection with all of you guys is so important to us in, re-inspiring our design, in seeing, what we've created on different heads and all of that. We do Zooms, and when we do a Zoom with repeat customers, we love seeing what they've received in the mail, of course. But yeah, so Zoom, FaceTime, whatever anyone's comfortable with, and it is super fun. And, we get to try on a lot of different things. Even if you don't think you want a fancy hat, we can try on some of the, fascinators and look at them, because maybe that wasn't something you ever, thought you'd be exploring, and you end up, with a soft and casual and cozy hat, and that's fine. But
You
why
might
not check it all out?
Yeah, you might need a Zoom party hat. Well, I want to say thank you, Sam. Again, I've loved everybody that's been on tonight, and we are about ready to go into the after party. I want to thank all of the artists for sharing their stories, showing your incredible work. We also want to thank you as well for coming. Before we draw the 6 raffle prizes, we want to let you know how much we appreciate you. You are the reason that we make our work in the first place, and you showing up today and being a part of this art parties brings us inspiration, hope, and fills up our creative wells. We are loving this platform to connect with you, and we can't wait to see it grow, and especially grow with your help. If you're wondering how to help, please inspire us with your likes and follows on the various artists' social media platforms. It means a world to us when you reach out and connect with us. So please keep it up. And especially don't forget to tell your friends and loved ones how much fun you had today, and invite them here. It was so much fun. At the end of our last party, we happened to have a set of cousins that did not know they were on the Zoom with us until the very end. So there's always a surprise somewhere. So thank you so very much. Now you can go ahead and unmute yourself, because we are going to get to that raffle. Are you guys ready? All right.
Hi, Sam.
The first raffle winner will be from Meghan Patrice Riley Jewelry, and the winner is Samantha Fall.
Woo, Samantha!
Niece.
Congratulations,
My niece.
for all the winners. Please put your email into the chat so we can get your information to you quickly.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations. Our second winner today is from Kathleen Lang, Wearable Garden, and that winner's name is Martha Evans. Our third winner is for Griffith Evans Wood Jewelry, and the winner is Michelle Volansky. Congratulations, Michelle.
Woo!
For Sarah Canner of Vespertine, we have a winner, Lori Byron. Congratulations, Lori. From Ayala Naphtali Jewelry, the winner is April Peacock.
Woo!
Congratulations, April.
Super cute.
For Sam Stone of Swan&Stone Millinery, the winner is Elizabeth McDade. Congratulations.
Woo!
Oh, just so you all know, we want everyone to feel like a winner today. So we are going to be putting up the discount code. You will receive an email. Sorry, I'm reverberating a little bit. Maybe if you can mute yourselves just for a minute, you won't have to hear my voice bouncing. Thank you so much.
Love you. I did that, sorry.
That's right. Sorry, I just lost my place here. The coupon code will be good from today through February 19th. And the coupon code for today's party is 2131 Art Party. That's 2131 Art Party. And that code is good for all of the artists today, including the host and the co-hosts. We will send a follow-up email, so this code and links to the website, you will have that accessible by email very soon. I want to thank you all so much for coming. It's so much fun to be here on this platform with you. I also want to thank Charlie, my husband, for helping as co-host today. You may not have seen him, but he was in the background making sure everything ran smoothly. Thank you, Charlie. We have one day of parties next week on Saturday that will feature Alex Lozier Jewelry, Gina Panorfi, Griffith Evans, Posh Felt, Carla Goodian Art and Design, Shanna Croy Jewelry, Steel Pony, and Journey Bags. You can RSVP at artpartycentral.org, and you can also join our VIP program and have the links and discounts sent to you each week directly. I can speak for the artists by saying you all rock. We miss seeing you in person, but this has been such a great way to stay connected. We know you're all busy, so for those of us that you would like to stay and hang out with us and ask questions at the after party, please stay. For those of you that have things to do, we thank you so much for coming. Don't feel bad about going on about life. We are so thrilled to have had this time together. Okay, we get to ask some artists some questions. Does anyone, you're welcome to unmute yourself and ask the questions directly. You don't have to be shy here. So if there's something that you would like to see, feel free to shout it out.
This is Dory, and I have a question for Megan, of course, as always.
Love you.
Go right ahead.
I thought I saw a new earring that was Art Deco. Am I having a senior moment, or is that true?
Well, we have we do have some deco earrings, but they're all sold out.
Okay.
So I have nothing to show you. And that okay. I have the small tiers. This is the top element, and then the bottom element is circles.
But I don't see you. So where are you?
Oh, you don't see me? Okay.
Oh, slide your.
Yeah, I did.
Over.
I thought you were going to be big, though.
Oh, here I am. Here I am.
Megan.
Thanks, girls.
Yeah.
Thanks, Charlie. So this is like the larger. This is like the length of the one that I think you're thinking of.
No, it was more linear. You know, I'm a linear person.
Okay, more linear. Not like line segments.
No.
Also don't have that.
No, it may be sold out, but it was on your website, and there is a problem with your website. So after this is over, you should call me. I left you my phone number.
Oh, okay. There's a problem with okay.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Yeah, this is like the exclamation. This is kind of deco too, in a long drop and more linear, but mixed with circles. That's a nice one. And then we have
something
multiple
with
deco ones and a post earring and a larger version, but they're all sold out right now.
But the picture will be on there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. I sent you in private message some links also.
Oh, okay. Because you have a bug in your website. You know,
we're so happy to have our customers here to let us know about.
Yeah, I was like, I'll check it out because I'm like, I've been more. Yes. Okay.
Just call me and I'll explain it to you because you may not be able to see it, but
maybe it's your browser too, because different browsers different.
Yeah. Haven't had any problem. You have a drop down that says ask me any question, and I did, do you have any questions?
And probably
okay, well, I'll follow up with you
guys
on that
can
for sure. I'm like, that I don't even know about. Okay, we'll talk
Megan,
I'll talk to you later, Dory.
Megan, is there anything else that you'd like to show tonight before we move to a different artist?
No, I mean, unless there's other questions. I showed a lot.
Okay, great.
I also want to show off Swan&Stone's beautiful fascinator that I'm wearing.
Excellent. Well, I'm actually wearing Ayala Naphtali tonight, as well as Meghan Patrice Riley in my
I noticed your cute earrings. Thank you.
Yes, I have this. And let's go to Ayala. I think she has a model for us. Ayala, go ahead and unmute yourself. Yeah.
Hi. So yes, I just happen to have someone here who's looking pretty fabulous in my necklace, which this is the necklace that everybody keeps trying. This is Dominique,
Right.
and you'll probably see her on my website in some photos. But
Yeah,
this
you
is
look
the one
great.
that everyone keeps asking me to try on, but she walked in wearing this like black turtleneck, so it's like
Oh,
amazing. And
Ayala,
it
can
is
she
one of those
stand
ones that has a great.
Can she
What?
stand a little bit in the middle? The name, unless you're
Go for it.
spotlit.
Take my scene, but you know,
Okay.
you let it.
Beautiful. Love.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
These are really,
Really
great when
great.
they just kind of like fall on each other and like, you know, they sit really nicely.
Love it.
Hmm.
Beautiful.
And she's wearing the earrings too, the ones that and some rings. Those are the ones that you wear like alternate colors and stuff. And they're
Okay,
super
so one
light.
on each side is a different.
Exactly. So they're the opposites. Yeah.
Those are so pretty. And you have both of those. Can you show us a close up of the necklace that you have on? I love
Oh,
this
sure.
form that you're
Thank you.
working with.
Yeah. So this has got aquamarine and amber, and these are the seed pod material that I talked about before. This is black jet. So they're each one of these little components is different, but they're all sort of related. And I think you'll see that as a theme in a lot of my pieces where I'm not repeating the same element over and over again, but I am creating like a collection within the same, you know, I call them cousins. I actually call these pieces family. So this is like extended family. And then if I have one that's got like 4, it's like, you know, nuclear family. And
Oh.
so they all relate, but they're not like identical because I think I get bored making the same piece over and over again. So I make them all a little bit different. Yeah.
I love what you said about
I
resolving
get that.
problems and all of that tonight. It was really a great message for all.
Challenge, yeah. I do. I keep it interesting.
And we haven't seen any of your rings tonight.
Yeah, and she's got some on. I have one on as well. If you want to. So this is actually the most popular ring I make. I do it in a lot of different colors, and it opens, so you can kind of squeeze it or open it depending on the weather. If you ate like a lot of like salty food the night before, you'll like wake up and your fingers all swollen. You can be like, oh, open it a little bit. And she's got some of the really big ones on.
That white one, really.
That white
what
one,
is-
that's
really pretty.
dendrite agate, I think it's called. And this is actually one of my really favorite new rings that I made, and I'm gonna have to work some on. This is very like mid-century modern, and that's like an agate as well. It's
That's
really
pretty.
sculptural piece, actually. I really like the undercarriage. I mean, the whole thing is kind of fun.
So pretty. Thank you so much, Ayala. I since we're doing jewelry, I would just like to go to Griffith. I tell you, I am just in love, Griffith, with your earrings. I mean, they're so much fun. I was wondering if we could take another look at them.
Of
You look
course.
so good in lavender, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Kathleen, were you interested in what Christine was wearing or some of the
Yes,
shorter?
I mean, I really liked these pieces that Christine had on. I just thought both
Yeah.
of them are so beautiful, and you know, they have such elegance. The shape is wonderful.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, these are, again, it's steam bent wood. And what she's wearing, this infinite loop, is one piece that's wrapped around over itself. And then there's a single joint. And then these are Swarovski crystals accenting it.
Mm,
Yeah.
they're
I
just
like
so
the one on
lovely.
your other ear.
Yes,
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
it's sort of
Yeah,
like circles
go
you were
ahead.
talking about.
Yeah, right,
me
right.
see.
Yeah, segments of circles, exactly. I actually cut little joints in the wood here in order to join the two pieces together. There's delicate little notches that to notch the pieces together.
Wow.
Are those on the website, Griffith?
I'm putting them on a special page for Art Party Central, but yeah, I'm going to put it into the general site soon, within the next week.
Oh gosh, thank you, Christine, because these,
Yeah.
I mean, they're just so much fun. I love
Yeah.
your bent wood, and I'm kind of blown away by that bracelet. that
Oh.
that-
I know.
the coin
Yeah.
bracelet, just
Yeah.
that movement.
Okay, let's turn this, let's put this on a white background. It's a little bit easier to, is this what you were talking about? The
Yes.
Yeah, this is interesting, isn't it? You know, I spend so much time trying to accommodate everyone with 5 sizes and all these different wood and bead combinations. And so this is just sort of a fun little foray into the one size fits all category. And again, it's a single strip of wood. This started out about 6 feet long, and I steam it and bend it around a form. And then these coils actually give it the elasticity. I mean, you wouldn't expect this from a piece of wood, right?
Yeah, I think that's why I'm so fascinated.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You've taken my perception of wood to a totally different place, and that's why you're an artist.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, it's completely impractical, but somebody's got to do it. So.
Right.
But like, how do you join the ends of the piece so it's all continuous? Wait, also squish that
Come
one more
here,
time for me.
Whit. Come here,
Squish
sweetheart.
it. Squish it. Thank you.
There's a joint. I don't know if this will show up on our call or not, but I'm pointing at it. This is called a scarf joint. I'm really a woodworker, but basically, the wood overlaps here. It's glued around one full coil, and then I simply smooth and taper this till it becomes almost invisible. But yeah, it's just overlapped and glued together.
That's awesome.
It's really incredible.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, so cool.
That's a conversation starter for sure.
I think, well, Meghan was talking previously about like fidget rings or something like that. I mean, I can see a conversation starter, just something to, enjoy yourself while you're wearing it.
Yes, exactly. Again, that's kind of funny. These themes keep coming up in the work, I mean, if you don't like to spin a bead, you can stretch a coil. I mean, I've got us covered, whatever your problem is.
You do. You do.
That is fantastic. I was thinking, Kathleen from Wearable Garden, do you have a favorite piece that you want to show tonight?
Well, actually, I did want to show the piece that I demonstrated dried.
Oh, wow.
And I'd like to show you the lovely prints that the plant material left in this scarf. Can you see it?
Yes. So will the red berries stay red, or is this going to?
Yeah, this is dry. I was wrong earlier. This is not silk wool blend. It's silk to shin. Okay. When it's wet, sometimes I can't tell. So it's really buttery, and I intentionally left a lot of the natural color of the natural silk available for the eye, for people's skin tones or their wardrobe requirements or what have you. So I wanted people to see, and you see these really intense purples.
Mm-hmm.
That is from the sumac spiceberry. So this actually, in the experimentation of making this scarf, I just created another line. And I don't know if I showed this piece earlier. Did I show the Hope scarf during this session?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
I think I missed that. So, oh my God, my dog just decided to come talk to me. He's so cute. Get over here. Come here. You want to see everybody? Here, look.
Oh, hello.
This is sweet, baby.
Come on, look, Patty. He's like, you have been ignoring me all day. This is the medium size. Anyway, so I intentionally include found metal in my designs for a lot of reasons. One is that it naturally stabilizes the color. And 2, we can send a message, which is that. And 3, it's really cool. I mean, basically it creates depth. Pardon?
Do you do custom pieces for people? Is that a
We do. I collected the flowers at a one of my niece's weddings a couple of years ago, and I made her a scarf and sent it to her afterwards and said, "Hey, this is from your centerpieces and what have you." And she thought that was really cool. In terms of custom, it's kind of it's a challenge. Like if somebody sends me their top and says, "I want you to use this plant material," then I can do it. But in terms of custom, because there's so many variables that are involved in using botanicals, such as, you know, a dry season, a wet season, what season it is, are you in the north, are you in the south? All of those things come into
yeah, like the water you were showing us. That's fascinating. So, I mean,
which one?
When you showed us the water from Florida and the effect it had with, you know, that's such a fascinating thing that you can't.
You know, it's really interesting, and I have seen this amongst all of the artists here, is that, you know, we love to experiment and discover and try new things and what have you. And, you know, this has, I mean, that's why I got into printmaking, and I never did editions. I always did variable editions and ones that you couldn't control, and, you know, monotypes and stuff like that, collagraphs. But so for me, it's like a constant discovery. And now I have the challenge, okay, how do I make this a fashion item? How do I make this an accessory that complements one's wardrobe? You know, the process, pardon me?
You do an absolutely beautiful job of that.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
I was thinking that we should move to another artist. I don't know if any of you that are participating tonight in the audience have any questions for artists, but please, I don't want to continue on without asking you to shout out questions.
This is Dory again. I have a question for the hat ladies.
Oh yes, Swan and Stone. Oh, please.
You had a hat, I think it was your partner that was on that day, and I think it was somebody's daughter, and she had a check black and white hat that was gorgeous. But of course, she's gorgeous too. So, you know, she could probably wear a paper bag and look nice.
Yeah, that's my daughter. And yeah, she's a great model. She's also unfortunately a teenager and a little bit shy. So this was the hat that you're talking about, right?
I think so. It looked black.
Clara, my daughter was wearing this. It was actually not a party that we were presenting. I was co-hosting, so she was. You remember Kathleen? Anyway, she was sitting with me. She was on her phone admitting everyone to the party. So I told her, you need to wear a hat. But yeah, so she was wearing the kepi, and it is, you know, adjustable on the side and fits everybody pretty much.
Okay, if I get a hat and when I put it on, it doesn't work, you have a return policy, right?
Yeah, of course. We would just swap it out. And also, Dory, if you ever wanted to do a Zoom or anything, we can try some things on, you know, look at different things. But yeah, absolutely. We always want to make sure that everybody's very happy with their hat.
Okay, what about the teal colored hat right on the
beret? This one?
Yes, whatever that is.
Yeah,
so beautiful.
Yeah, this is our art felt that I always mean to talk about. And then, sorry, this ring light is right in my eyes because the dog came through and moved it down. So yeah, this is a beret, and it has different silks and things in it. We have a variety of different ones that I certainly stacked somewhere here. Oh, here's a couple. But so this one is like I said, all the art felt. So it's merino wool with some silks in it. We do also like the a wool fabric with felt on the wool fiber felted on. And this. So yeah, we have actually a bunch of colors. The berets are on the website too, and they have a I think somebody probably needs to be muted. They have a drawstring inside to tighten them as well. So you can't see it because it's all the way on the inside. But yeah, so that way they fit more heads, and you know.
Color is gorgeous.
Isn't it a great color? And you know, can you see that pretty well?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So,
Delicious.
yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. And this is what's so fun about the felt loom that Kathleen actually got one. So she's going to be playing around with hers as well. But that, you know, we can take pieces of fabric, we can take different fibers, like I have silk fibers that just, you know, it looks like wool roving, but it's silk roving. And so I can get some shine in it. And, you know, my 11-year-old made felt Valentines because he cut out different fabrics and just fed it all through the felt loom. So it's a pretty fun machine to have. But that's why it does look like water and sky. Yeah, Paula just commented, but yeah, so we can do so, you know, they're not we can cut out, like I said, it's a pretty big swath, so we can cut out several. No two are exactly alike, sort of like snowflakes, aside from, you know, the ones where we're using fabric. But when we do the art felt, there's always going to be a little bit different in there, something different.
How hot is that hat? And the reason I'm asking is Arizona is pretty warm. It's not even now.
Well, for
low 70s.
I mean, it's wool and it's felt, but it's also, I mean, you can't really tell. It's incredibly thin. So the berets of our hats, we're trying to do the thinnest and still keep that felt integrity, because what's fun about a beret is how drapey, how drapey it is. And so you can see that it's, you know, it's not as stiff. I mean, this is going to have more body to it for sure. But even this, it's such a lightweight hat, you know. But yeah, these are they are wool felt.
Yeah,
this one's quite.
That really is a statement piece. That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And with your glasses, Sam, it's kind of stunning.
I love these glasses. They're dime store glasses, but I love them.
They really look great on you. Oh my goodness. Do you want to show one of your really fancy pieces? What do you call them? It's just escaped my mind.
Well, we've been calling them our signature hats, because what they are is they're blocked hats. So that means that we steam them and stretch them over hat blocks. So each one is actually more almost like a sculpture piece as opposed to a cut and sewn patterned hat. So here is the Lola. So this is actually shaped on a block that Nora carved herself. It is fedora crown with this double pointed brim. So you can see that it's got 2 points, right? And this little swoop up is from a secondary blocking. So after we've shaped the hats, we put it on a wooden hat form and it dries, and the felt has this memory, it stays. And then we do a secondary blocking of steam and kind of swoop this up. And of course there's a wire in the brim. But anyway, so it kind of has this really unique but flattering and fun look to it. So
what about that black hat with it looks like a beige band right behind you?
On the second shelf?
This one?
The middle one, yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually, I'm realizing because I'm looking in here, it looks black. It is purple.
Purple.
Yeah, it looks black from my lights, I guess. Yeah, this is, I think this is, we're calling it this shape, the film noir. It's a very 1940s, you know, sort of a poke crown and then the swoop to the side. And again, we do a lot of these points. It's just sort of one of our looks.
It's a great shape.
Yeah, this is a fantastic shape. And because this is a shallower hat, we often will put a millinery elastic in there. So if it is a breezy day, you just pull that down under some of your hair in the back just to anchor it a little bit. Like in New York City and you're holding your bags or whatever and a breeze comes up, it's a little safety mechanism.
What about the hat next to it? That looks black also.
So Kathleen, I just want to make sure, I mean, I'm happy to keep
Yes,
answering
no,
questions.
I mean,
wanna
maybe you should make an appointment with Dory. That
Yeah,
would be
I
awesome.
would love to do that. I just don't want to take up everyone else's time if someone else wanted to.
I can ask, I love going to shows that you were at.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, thank
Hours
you
there.
so much, Dory, for asking these questions. We do
Yeah.
have another artist that we want to bring on, and that, of course, is Sarah from Vespertine. I'm sure you probably have a couple more things that you'd like to share with us.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Charlie, did we have any questions that we missed for any of the artists like Sarah here? Oh, I think we've been pretty good at catching them all. And again, if any of you have a specific question for Sarah, please shout it out.
Yes, I just wanted to show these bags. I only have a few left. They're also from the upcycled collection with the mohair, and they have the little, I don't know if you can see that, the sparkled puller. And they're all, it's made from all upcycled materials, including the inside of the strap. It's lined with this fun kind of graphic. It has some stuffing there, but you can kind of see it has a nice lining. And they're really comfortable size. They're crossbody bags. Again,
Does the
they
mohair
have the
shed?
reflective strap. So if you're out and about and, you know, gets dark, you will be very visible wearing this bag, but otherwise it just looks like a fun bag. So
I think it, like in the winter around here, I mean, it gets dark at 5 o'clock. So if I want to do anything after work, you know, having one of those would be invaluable.
exactly, yeah, it's not even like you're out at night, you're just out in the day and it's dark. I don't remember if I showed, I don't think I showed the red. Maybe I did, but this is the window pane pattern that you saw in the coat, but I have it in red. That light isn't, and it's so the reflective is woven in. You can see that, right?
Yes. Oh, we can
Yeah.
see it. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
I have a few of these pieces left. The blouse, and then I have a few of these blazers that are fun, and they have a mother of pearl buttons on them. So these are on my website right now, and then I'm going to be doing the coat also in this red fabric, which is fun. Let me just show this. This is another piece. Oh, actually, I'm going to show you guys the shocking pink vest because it's, oh, actually I have to turn off the light. It's always like, the lighting's very important with my stuff. But this again is that really soft and fluffy mohair. And it has these deep pockets like the vest I'm wearing. You can put like a really big phone. It's almost like little bags that and they have, it's actually a mesh lining, so it's very lightweight. And the mohair really breathes. It's like, you know, it's an animal fiber. It's one of the most luxurious animal fibers, like a cashmere or what's that called?
Pashmina.
The rabbit.
Oh, okay, yes. Angora.
It's like Angora. It's actually, mohair is actually from the Angora goat. Angora is from the Angora rabbit. And it is one of the like most precious fibers.
Does it shed?
Does it shed? That's a good question. A little bit at first, but then it comes down. I mean, the hot pink one, especially, you'll get a little like hot pink fuzzies around, but it stops after a while. This actually the rainbow stripes don't really shed. It's a little bit flatter, this weave, the rainbow, than the silver, and the hot pink are a little bit fluffier. And that's the same with the scarves. The yellow is really fluffy, and then these checkered ones are a little bit flatter in weave, and they shed less too, actually.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Sarah.
you.
And June, I see that you're wearing the beret, my beret, the one that I made. It's so lovely on you. And it looks like it fits just right.
Perfect.
I
Super
was
cute.
wondering about that. You know, head sizes are so different, and so I'm thrilled.
to show you tonight.
Thank you
It's a
so
good color.
very much. It really is.
And it's got purple and kind of a lime green, so it goes with all my different color jackets too.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. And if we don't have any more questions, I'm going to say thank you and good night to you all. We really appreciate you coming and joining us here. We miss you, obviously, and we hope to see you this coming week. I'm going to go ahead and let you know the artist for this coming week. There's Alex Lozier Jewelry, Gina Panorfi, Griffith Evans, Posh Felt, Carla Goodian Art and Design, Shanna Croy Jewelry, Steel Pony, and Journey Bags. I hope you will come back and join us again. Thank you so much for spreading the word and have a great night, everybody.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Meghan, call me.
Thank you. Yes. I don't know what you're talking about, but sure.
I want to reach out to you in the next few days so that we can talk about the earrings again.
Oh yes, I got your email. I just been making everyone's Valentine's orders.
No, that's okay. No
All
problem.
the husbands needed overnight this year.
Shocking.
Legit.
Mine can wait.
So funny.
But those long earrings you showed tonight, how long are those? Are those like 6 inches?
They're 7 inches and then 5 inches. I made a shorter version. I was talking to Paula. I made even one size shorter.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go with.
I think you need the 5.
Yeah, I think that'd be perfect.
I made that for you. Don't worry.